David.
Yes, sir.
JR.
David King.
Anglers Midwest Outdoor Channel Outfitters.
Well, I'm with Mossback Fish Attractors.
You're those funny trees
that,
that I picked up the other day.
That's right, yes,
well,
sir.
I sunk a couple of them.
Yes, sir.
Thursday afternoon, late. It's Sunday morning. We're going to go see if anything's on them.
Well, there should be, and I'm hoping that there is.
And then we're going to catch some
on
fish.
Video. Well, that sounds good to me.
Got any more of those shirts?
I can arrange that for you to probably today sometime. I bet.
I hate for you to look like me, but maybe we'll wear the same shirt.
That's big expectations. I'll have to see if I can do that.
Let's get loaded up. Let's go out and check the ones I put in 3 days ago, and then let's go fishing.
All right, sounds good to me. I'm looking forward to it.
Park your truck and we'll take off.
All right, sounds good.
All right. David, I know that it's a relatively new company. You told me just a matter of weeks that you've really had this product out and going. Have you had any testimonial as far as already from professional fishermen or anybody that's out there every day using this product compared to others? And tell us a little bit, maybe while you're doing it, about the product, about the unique features.
I grew up on a lake and grew up fishing in northwest Arkansas as a kid, and then I just love to fish. My family, we always fish together, but one thing I am obsessed with is getting structure in the lake so that when I do have time to go and take my boys out or my family or friends, that we have a place we can go and catch some fish. So when I started this idea in this company, once we got the final product we wanted to get together, my thought was, let me get this to some guys that do this full time. I'm not that guy. I have another job and do some things, but there's guys like you, JR, and I got a guy in Rogers, Arkansas, and a guy in Kentucky that I've given a bunch of attractors to get out and let's see what it does in the field. I've had great success with it under my boat dock and in my lake, but I wanted to get it out to some other guys.
So I've dropped this off of a little hump out here in the lake.
I see that.
And I wanted to place it down there in a certain spot that I could put it, strategically place it where I knew that those fish were going to channel up and down this ledge. What can I do to better place it?
Well, one thing that some fishermen that I've done that I gave some prototypes to that they did is they took, they knew, like we're in what, 26 feet of water, they took a 50 or 60 foot rope, ran it through one of the holes and held both ends of it, and they marked where that ledge was, and they wanted it right on the drop off. So
I could take my trolling motor and me hold on to one rope and have a buddy with me holding on the other, and I could take that trolling motor till I put where I wanted on sonar, and we could just let it down and then pull the rope through.
Just let one of you let go at the other end and just pull that rope through, and it'll lay right where you want it, on the ledge. If you want it right on the crest of it or deeper, you can really have control where you want it.
How much simpler could that really be? I mean,
I'm all about simple. That's why it's a pretty simple product.
I want to show you what I just marked here. I went back over it with my GPS, and where I saved it, actually we were within 20 feet of it. Could not see it on this sonar, but there was a fish suspended over it.
Right. Good.
So we can already tell that it's attractive.
That's what we want.
Now, where we're at with this time of the year is our crappie that we're really looking for today are in pre-spawn.
Right.
So what they do on this lake is they scatter out in the middle of the cove. And there will be a few drop off in structure.
Right.
But right now, I'm not structure oriented on this lake. So we're really, as far as seeing the fish on the structure today, it may not be the best time for us to do this.
Exactly.
You come back in 2 or 3 weeks when they get close to their spawning or where they're staging right at their spawning spot, because that area right there we just went over is a spawning spot. But we're still looking at probably a good 2 weeks away.
Right.
So what we're doing now is we've got it ready.
That's right.
It's growing its algae, and when those crappie come by into this cove to spawn, I'm going to catch them off of it. Hey, David, we've stopped here in a spot that I've been thinking for probably the last 2 or 3 years that I need to take some time to put some structure in.
Okay.
But one reason I hesitate is if you can see, we're in an area that's a lot of people can see.
Right.
And I just haven't done it, but this is a perfect opportunity because we can be in and out of here pretty quick.
In just a few
minutes, what I want you to do is I want you and Austin to take one of these.
Okay.
This is a 5-foot model, right?
Yes, that is correct.
And we're going to take this, and I want you to place it for me. I'm going to let you do the work.
Okay.
I'm going to pull you up whenever you're ready.
The benefits later.
Well,
that'll work.
I might let you come back and fish with me. But that's what we're going to do now.
Okay.
Let's put one together and
be glad to
drop it in, and I'll just kind of see how long it takes and learn how you do it.
All right, we are going to take our tree out of our box here and stand it up here. You'll see everything comes neat and nice. The limbs come inside, so even if you wanted to take the box and leave it at the boat ramp, You could do that. All your trees are inside. This is a new design we're doing. We've cut some fish shape in there. We're hoping that'll attract more fish. But here's the arms. Just slide out of the box. What I suggest is you first start with the V's facing down. I think it's a little easier. Austin likes to do that another way, but just start in the middle here. This is how easy it is. You just get it started on this side, build the other side, and just slide it through. Very, very simple. Very simple, which is what I like. That one goes through there. I'm going to stand up here. We've left some gaps in here so you can kind of get around and maneuver when you're putting it together. And that also allows, when you're fishing or you have it hanging from a dock, it allows you room to get your jig or your lure, whichever, or your minnow, whatever you decide to use. But you can see there's just little or no effort to put this together. You know, some guys will pull up in a spot like this and they'll put a bunch of them together on the bank and just get them one at a time, or a boat dock. Or you can take them out just like we are. You're putting this in one spot, and then we ran to another one that might be far away. You just keep them in your boat. If you were going to hang this from a dock, our cable, you get a 5-foot cable with the product. It comes with a loop. If we were going to hang this from a dock, we've got a nylon bolt that comes with this, with a nylon locking wing nut, and you would put that down in here, put the nut through there and bolt, and then put your arm up there, and that would be for hanging vertically. But in this spot, you said you want to put this out and have it laying horizontally on the bottom. So we're just kind of going to guesstimate here and get the limbs all equal amount so it'll sit down there kind of even. And what we do with that, since we're going to put it in there horizontally, grab that end, Austin. We're just going to kind of set it here on the edge of the boat. This material should not scratch your boat. We suggest, if you got current or anything like that, that you would put a block in there just to kind of hold it in place. Again, if you've got a pond or a private lake where you don't have current, you don't necessarily need that. You can just chunk it out of the boat. So for doing this today, we're going to put it in horizontally. You just run the cable through the, I'm going to do it this way so it'll pull down. And we are going, you just run it through the bait fish hole here. You got it, Austin? Run it back through itself. Just kind of snug it up there. It comes with a clip on it so that you can put that around your block. You got it, Austin?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to get our block here. We're going to attach it to the cable, or the cable to the block. One thing that we've done is you don't want to put a lot of pressure on the limbs when it goes down there. So if you attach it just like this, that block will sit on the bottom. Won't put a lot of pressure on your limbs and things like that. So as soon as he gets us where he wants it, still nobody's around. We put it together. We're what, about 3 minutes into the process here.
It's quick.
It is quick. So, and if we had a 10-footer, Austin could have put a 10-footer together, and I could have put one, and then we just matched the two up and put on a 10-foot. You match the coupler up into the other pipe and insert another bolt that we supply.
Now, if I would have been getting a cedar tree here,
right,
or a willow tree that size, I'd be working up pretty good sweat right now. I wouldn't even have it to the boat yet.
Plus you'd probably be scratched, or your eye poked out, or you just never know. And
I'm not even working up sweat.
You're not.
We are almost in position. Okay. Just as soon as I get us back.
What we're going to do is a good thing about this, you can kind of just go ahead and lay the mossback rack over in your boat like that, and it's not going to, it doesn't weigh enough to.
There right now.
So what we do, you got that over there, we suggest you put that in first, and then if we're ready, we're just going to let her go and watch her just go down to the bottom there.